Hello, welcome to another episode of Plant Doctors in Action. My name is Zach, and today we're going to be talking about home gardening. Today is going to be the first video in a series where I walk you through some of the tips and steps it takes to create your own raised bed. This series of videos are going to be for those who want to start gardening, have thought about gardening and haven't tried it yet, or maybe they just want to reduce their food costs by growing some of their own vegetables. I'm also going to be talking about some of the things you should consider before making a home garden. And then eventually along the way, we're going to be talking about things about planting. So if you're interested, come along with me and we'll show you how to make your raised bed. The first thing you need to consider when starting your own home garden is, what are your goals? Personally, I want to try to grow as many fruits and vegetables as I can and reduce my food bill. Once you've decided on the goal, then you can start planning what you want to grow. The next thing you want to consider is how much space and time you have to dedicate to home gardening. Now, you can spend as little or as much time as you want, but ultimately it comes down to your personal preference. The next thing you consider is your location. If you're going to be growing fruits and vegetables, you want to make sure you have as much sunlight as possible. Now, luckily for me, my location goes from east to west, and it gets full sunlight all day throughout the year. The next thing we're going to look at is construction. Now, this is all personal preference. You may go to a hardware store and buy all your materials, or you could recycle materials. All perfectly acceptable. It's up to you. It's your project. In my garden, I decided to go with wood from a hardware store and these blocks because they're simple, didn't take long to install, and I didn't need any extra tools to do it. A lot of what you build is going to depend on the size you have available. Recycled materials tend to lend themselves to smaller beds, while hardware stores are easy to buy larger materials and make a bigger bed like I have here. Now for me, because I want to try to grow as much fruit and vegetables as I can at home, my bed's a little bit bigger. It's about 12 feet by 8 feet and about 12 inches high. The next thing you want to consider when making your bed is the soil. Now, it's good to invest in a quality topsoil or a mulch that's going to allow you to develop that over the years. Now, what I did is went ahead and bought mulch from a local company and had them deliver it. It was relatively cheap, and it's going to sustain me for years to come. Now, you may not have a lot of money to spend on this, but over time that value will add up and you'll be able to save money. Now, before I installed this bed, I cleared out everything that I could on the ground. I took it down to bare earth, made it as level as possible so that I have the best chance of keeping this bed weed-free. Once you get your bed all prepared and your soil installed, then you're going to want to start thinking about how are you going to irrigate. Are you going to use sprinkler? Are you going to use drip? It's up to you. I'm personally going to install some drip irrigation, which will be coming up in the next video. And after you decide how you're going to get all your water to your plants, then you can start preparing your first season. For me, I'm getting ready to start planting fall vegetables and some fall fruit such as strawberries that are going to do well over the winter here in North Florida. In the next episode, I'll show you how I install a timer and drip irrigation that you can do at home, which is a few simple steps. Thank you. We'll see you next time.